Hello, I am Baal Kadmon, and I'd like to thank you for watching and or listening to this video. So as some of you know, this has been a very trying month because I was trying to do the right thing and use another platform for the courses to provide more flexibility, but it turned out to be an absolute nightmare. After transferring all the programs and moving thousands of people over manually, mind you, for some reason, Google did not like that new platform for courses and kept on flagging my site. A lot of you have known about this. And so I decided, you know what? I'm just going to stick with the old service, right? And that's what I did. And thankfully, all the issues were resolved. Supposedly, this is a known issue. They flagged it already 4 times. I'm not going through that shit again. I'm done. I started out with this other platform, so I'm just going to stick with them. And there's a saying in a movie, I think it was Barbarians at the Gate, when they were working out this deal and this one person maybe wanted to move to another side. And the guy said, stick with the people who brung you. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sticking with the old platform and that's it. This whole month was just almost a waste. But I did redo the website and I think it looks pretty good. It's more streamlined, and behind the scenes is the old service. What's great is that I have all these little links that can take you right to where you want to go, and I think it actually looks pretty good. I added a new affiliate program, but now I don't just accept anyone that comes in. They have to have at least had one course, so they at least know what they're promoting if they're going to promote it. But anyway, this video is not about that nightmare, but hopefully, like I said, that nightmare is now behind me. This is about the program that I was working on, and I had to put it off and then bring it back and then put it off because I was working on all these logistical things, is my program on Naamah, and it's called Naamah, Mother of Demons, Mistress of Night. And I am really proud of this course. This was something that people have wanted me to release for a while. I have a course on Lilith, which sort of took the world by storm. I was just overwhelmed by the sheer volume of people that were signing up and just saying like really good things about it. So I just wanted to give you a little interesting little tidbits about this program. So it has 35 videos and it goes into the origins and history of Naamah, the rabbinic and the parabiblical texts. It goes through manuscripts and even examines one of the earliest amulets that ever mentioned Naamah. And it was probably the earliest account of her as a demoness. And so that's very interesting. And I sort of break down that amulet a little bit and also talk to you about the story behind what is written on the amulet, because the amulet actually portrays a very well-known story, but it takes an interesting twist, and I discuss that in the course as well. And of course, there's a lot of Kabbalistic information because, like Lilith, Naamah is most known in the Kabbalah as having transformed into a demoness. Now, the interesting thing about Naamah is that there's a lot of these other stories about her that people don't know about. Because in the Bible, she's mentioned very quickly. Just it mentions Naamah is the sister of Cain. But it doesn't say anything else about her. So all of these other stories popped up discussing her. And in some of them, it's amazing. Because if you recall the flood narrative, remember the flood in the book of Genesis, why did the flood happen? It happened because people were sinning. There was sin, and apparently the people who were sinning were mostly influenced by the lineage of Cain. So God was like, all right, well, I'm going to destroy everyone. We're going to reset everything. Now, here's the problem. In the Bible, it just says that Noah and his wife and his 3 kids and their wives went on to the ark, and they were now to reset humanity. But there's a story, and I quote from it directly in the program, that says Naamah was Noah's wife and that she bore Noah's children. Now, on one account, it only says that she bore him Shem and Yefet, but not Ham. And I get into the reason why I think Ham was omitted, and it's a little controversial. So if that story is correct, the flood was for nothing, because if Naamah, who was also the cause, according to these traditions, of the angels falling and the sins propagating throughout the world, if she's in fact Noah's wife and bore his children, then the Cain lineage still exists. In other words, if anything, it's worse, because God tried to save the planet from Cain's lineage, and here he is repopulating the planet with Cain's lineage. And of course, as we have seen, things are much, much worse than they were before the flood. Now, of course, these are different stories, but these are stories that people don't really know about. And I elucidate them in my course, and I hope you get a chance to enroll in it. And it's at a very low price right now because it's an early release. I mean, all the videos are present. You can sign up to it right now and you'll see all the videos. It's just that, as I like to do, is when I first release a program, I give it at a very low entry price so everyone can just get on board when they can, and that's going to last until about November 7th. But it is, I think, a very deep program. The one thing I do want to warn you about, though, is that in Module 6, I have meditations there that are pretty deep. And some of them might be a little triggering for some, because it involves you to sort of go through this type of disassociation. And I put a warning before that particular meditation, but it's very powerful. And these are meditations that I've had forever. But finally, I am releasing to the world. Because remember, I make a lot of audios, meditation audios that I don't publish, that I just have for myself. And these were some of them. Of course, I had them in another form, so I had to produce them from new, especially for this program, from scratch, rather. I mean, I used the same wording, but I changed the music and made it more general. Was before these meditations were sort of tailored for me. But I think you'll find them very intense, and I think you'll actually like this program. It's the deepest I've seen on Naamah, and I was able to condense it into 35 videos. So it's not quite as long as some of the other programs. So that's it for this video. Again, if you have endured the last month of my technical issues, and of course the AWS outage didn't help either, thank you for enduring, but we're back to good. We're back to the old system. I just sort of refreshed the website, and that's about it. So anyway, if you want to enroll in the Naamah program, you can look at the link in the video or in the link in the description. And I really hope you enroll. I think you'll really like it. With that, that is the end of this video. I hope you are well. I will speak to you soon. So mote it be.